close as well. It's a bit late.
Hi.
A bit late to tell you that.
Well, we're here. Good evening.
How are we?
Hi.
Yeah, I think we're here. Let us know if you can see us.
We're about.
YouTube saying it's. Can you see us on the internet?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Are we about?
Internet.
Interesting,
We're
because
about.
YouTube's saying that I need to try later.
Oh dear.
No, you're definitely there.
You're definitely
I
there.
can see you.
Oh, fine. Fab. Hi.
Who knows what's going on? Who knows what's going on? Well, anyway, good evening. Welcome to the preview show. If you can see us and hear us, let us know in the chat. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
How's everyone's week been?
Busy.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Where have you been?
I've been back to work. It's been weird. For the longest, I've been away from the girls since they arrived. It's nice to be back at work, but God, it was good to be home so quickly. Like my life has changed.
Yeah,
forever.
exactly. Yeah. It was the relationship between being home and being away was more balanced than it used to be.
Yeah, now it's like I mean,
want to get home.
Thank goodness for FaceTime and all that sort of stuff and chatting with the little one. I say chatting. I mean, she doesn't really.
You talk and she listens.
She doesn't really say much, so not yet. But yeah, been wicked. But obviously no golf for me this week. So Adam, you've been playing.
Yes, yeah. Me and Si played yesterday.
We did. It wasn't our finest day.
Pretty loose term at points.
It was very loose at times.
Very cold yesterday.
It was cold, wasn't it?
And then it tipped it down rain, so that sort of lost my interest rapidly.
Yes.
But yeah, I always like Cruise Hills, a really nice golf course.
Yes.
And obviously I played
like
on Friday, played my match play, got through another round, which was good.
Yes, beat Rob. So fellow.
Yeah, so
Trett played my fellow under-12 Suffolk coach, Rob Pritchard. And how did you beat him, Trett? Tell him.
First extra hole. So I was 3 down through 11. I won 12, 15, 17 to take it all square. Both made par 3 to finish at Stowmarket. Both made par the first time round. Didn't really want to go down the first because we were both needed to get going. Rob was actually going on holiday. And so we went back to 18, asked the guy behind if we could play. He said, yeah, I'll play up with you. So he played up with us. I hit it to about 10 foot and then hold it.
Very good.
Was nice.
That's a nice way to win a match. Nice way to win a match is win by holding a birdie putt.
Lovely.
Win in a playoff, always good. Right, let's get going then with the preview show. So, let's round up last week. Charles Schwab Challenge.
Charles Schwab.
Easy for me to spray all over me laptop. Go for it.
Managed to get a little bit of viewing.
You watched it a bit this week. I didn't watch much
bit.
this week, I have to say. I watched a bit of the last day. And I wish I hadn't, but we'll get to that later.
I watched a bit of the last day. So I was at work, but we were all set up and stuff. So I had a bit of downtime. Watched the old Monaco Grand Prix, and then flicked over, and there I was. And
you watched the procession, and then Then you didn't watch the procession at all.
What a windy latter half of the day.
Yeah, it was.
And there were one of the commentators said, someone scores a good. Like some of these early boys gets in early with a good score, that could do it, and
it proved so.
Turned out to be exactly that. Sam Burns.
Yeah,
I
turned it on, and Sam Burns was literally just coming off 18. And I was like, oh, 65. That
could
might
be good.
All right.
5 under par, round of 65, final round, and had to win it in a playoff. Had to win it in a playoff, but only one hole. So and obviously beat the very, very informed Scottish
Scheffler. Yeah, exactly.
I think he shot 1 over for the day. So in those conditions where lots of people were tumbling down the leaderboard, shooting 1 over, being the last pair out was extremely good.
Yeah, it just shows his class. And we're going to talk about Scheffler a lot more in detail a bit later on. But he is a class golfer. And I think the Ryder Cup was a good introduction for him. A lot of people hadn't heard of him before that, and he's just pushed on from there. So, points. Here
we go. So, unfortunately, sorry to the couple of the guys in the Patreons. We didn't put the betting in the chat, so we didn't get any picks from you. I didn't see any picks on YouTube post
the show. Okay, so 19 players.
19 players. So
okay.
A couple of short this week, but we are some
Julian's
minuses.
In there.
Mediocre golfer. Thanks for joining in last week. You picked DeChambeau. Unfortunately, he pulled out.
So
You don't lose any points, but also you don't get any.
Don't get any.
So,
but that's the way it goes.
There we are.
And so there's 4 people below you that wish they'd picked DeChambeau as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But everyone going for sort of. There was quite a few tumblers actually.
Yeah, quite a few big miscuts and stuff.
Who have we got? Like Answer and Tringale, those that normally not going to win, but get you sort of points. Those are the ones that did fall
away
behind. Anyway, Simon, you're there.
I am there. Yeah, just propping up the top of the bottom half.
However, and we're all glad that Adam is not here this week
because his head wouldn't fit in the screen.
No,
look how smug he is.
So happy. Three winners. Being picked
3 people picking winners. Good
very
work.
Close. It was just obviously your other people that you'd picked because you'd all put the same money on.
Yes.
Burnsy. So so Adzi and Eddie Beaton doing very, very well.
And Marcus having a good week amongst anyone and everyone that also ran.
Yes.
You know, he got the highest points by quite a considerable margin.
He was an all-inner.
Yeah.
Marcus was an all-inner.
That was Harold Varner.
On Varner. Yeah.
So it would have been interesting if
he was spitting.
If he'd have finished second or third or fourth, like he would have got some serious points for.
Yeah,
like, even if obviously without winning.
Before his collapse, he was what, 1 or maybe 2.
He was 8 under.
Yeah, so
he was right
behind. Yeah,
flying.
Right there.
And he's not really. You don't really see much cover. You're spitting feathers about him, aren't you? Really?
Yeah, I am. Because
so angry. He was so angry with
I dropped 8 shots in 7 holes, and I thought the blooming whoever did it for me the week before was bad enough, dropping 5 shots in the last 7 holes.
He's another person that's not getting a Christmas card.
He's not. He's on the naughty list. He's 100%.
He doesn't get a great deal of tea, obviously. Not TV. I don't know if I see him a lot.
Get a bit, but he's
just because he was obviously playing in the final pairing and stuff. It's a very quick action.
Oh yes, he's a very quick person. His personality is very quick, isn't it? So.
It was interesting to watch his swing. I haven't seen a great deal of it, and it was.
Oh yeah, he don't hang about, does he?
And then God, did he get through from the pickup to strike? And he really shifts through the action. Anyway. Let's have a little look at.
Quick look at our table. Gloss over that. Adam, well done. Excellent, brilliant.
Adam, fabulous. He's a long
look how far ahead he is from me.
Long way ahead.
Like we've got 3 weeks left, and I literally need to pick 2 winners to have any chance.
Well, I think you need 3 winners in 3 weeks to.
No, I don't think I need that many, but I need 2 winners to catch him up, and him not to have any more winners.
Anyway, overall.
The people that matter.
Overall.
The people that matter. There you
so
all
obviously,
are.
mediocre golfer. Thanks for joining in. But obviously, 0. James Wade. Who we got there? So the top half of that. Let's have a little look at there. James Loft, Dommy Rowe, Richard Hodge. I mean, a couple of wins. I know I'm probably not going to win this season, but you could definitely get yourself into the top half, which I always think is
definitely
admirable.
But it just shows if we then flick to the top half, what a win does, because you've got all these people in here from
Ben
Stuart Fisher upwards who have picked a winner.
Apart from Ben. Oh, did Ben? Oh no, he did pick a winner.
Ben's picked a winner. Ben had KH He only played 4 weeks.
Yeah, KH
Yeah. And Owen Rafton, who literally came in once, picked the winner on the first week, and then left. He's slowly sliding down that leaderboard.
Everyone else is gradually catching him up. But again, Ed Beat and Martin Crouch are like, there's a proper serious fight between the two of them.
Aren't they? Yeah, real.
And
Adzy's pulled himself up there this week.
Absolutely,
Adzy's done well.
And it just shows how much
picking a winner does.
And obviously we've gone away, but Marcus Lee's on 38 points. He scored 22 this week.
Yeah,
so, he scored. You can climb quickly with good scoring.
And that's again the whole point of the win bonus and the system that we run is that it is difficult to pick a winner of a golf tournament when you've only got 4 picks, because literally with 5 holes to go you can think you've got 2 players in contention and then you've got nobody in contention.
Has Mark G's actually picked a winner?
Let it go.
No, Mark G's hasn't picked a winner. That's why he is the top of the ones that haven't.
174 points and never picked a winner.
Yeah.
I mean, that's extremely good scoring.
Yeah, and that's where that 20. Like I always say to myself, if I can get 20 points,
25 points a week,
then you're doing all right.
Yeah.
And he's proved at 25 points, and he's again win 150 points onto that,
and
another couple of big weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
good. So. Ed Beat and Martin Crouch, 2 of my schoolmates. It's going to be interesting to see them going.
And Kieran, obviously, we didn't get a
stretch.
pick from Kieran last week.
Yeah, we didn't get, but we did get one from Julian.
Oh, did he pick in the thing? But yeah,
anyway,
so
he's missed a week.
unfortunately.
And that could cost him in the final shakedown, because as we know, US Open is the next reset, prize to be given out at the end of that, and then we go again for the last part of the season. But this week we've got Jack's place. Tretty, tell us all about it.
Yes, we have the Memorial this week, and obviously it's a massive tournament. Only one of 5 tournaments on the PGA Tour that are an invitational. So you're in Ohio. You're in obviously Jack's backyard. It's designed by him. You've got the iconic clubhouse that I'm sure Si will put up on the screen now. You've got the clock in behind, that uphill shot with all the people round the side. Jack waiting there to greet the the winners as they come off the green and go up to the scorer's tent. It's a long golf course, so it's 7-3-9-2, so par 72. Tom Lehman still holds the scoring record around here, so 1994, 20 under.
Don't worry, it won't be that this year.
No.
But just there's some great holes around here. Again, it's that sort of very American look to it. Some nice rolling undulations, some nice drop-offs, some big bunkering, raised up greens. It just looks a superb golf course. Always think it looks very Augusta-like in terms of how they set it out, because obviously they've done it with the pin colour and everything else like that. So it really looks Augusta-like. But a superb tournament. It's been going for a long time. And yeah, Muirfield Village is just one of those places that if you're going to put together a bucket list,
yeah,
probably be on it.
I think it would definitely,
course, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, it's a course that has prestige and heritage to it. Obviously, you look at places like Wentworth in this country and the Belfry; they have heritage to them because of what they've held.
Yeah,
as much as how good condition they always are, and you want to go and play them because you want to go and see. You want to go and stand there and see where so-and-so hit this shot or so-and-so did this. And Muirfield Village maybe doesn't have such iconic moments. I think Tiger's chip from the back of the green when he first came out on tour, and he's given it the big old fillip.
That was when he came back from an injury, wasn't it?
Was that US Open?
The one on the par 3 where he's like hit the massive flop shot.
Yeah. Was that later in his career, was it?
Yeah, he's come back from injury and like landed it literally on a sixpence. It's rolled down dead weight. But yeah, like everybody, and they talk about like trophies and bits, but everybody wants that handshake from Jack. Like,
yeah, of course they
do. He's absolute, couldn't be a bigger tournament to win other than sort of your majors and your players. Like, those boys are going to want to win this one. There's a lot of heritage that comes with this tournament.
Yeah. To
get your name, it is, like we're saying, it's quite an understated trophy.
Yes.
But it's not about that. It's getting that handshake from the Golden
Jack.
Bear and being in that locker room and being like an honorary member at the golf club, etc., etc.
I do have a quick question. The old 20 under, what was the yardage?
Tom Lehman, mid-90s, probably just prior to Tiger reforming everything, round and about.
Hold the line.
Hold the line. Oh yeah, there's something to work on whilst I explain how you can get involved.
Yeah, so Ryan, tell us how to play fantasy golf. If you don't know already, go for it.
You guys at home have all watched this and seen this before, but for anyone who hasn't, so obviously fantasy golf, you have 100 points to put on between 1 and 4 golfers for this week's tournament. Those points are then multiplied by their potential winning odds to win the tournament to get your potential odds or your potential points for winning this week. It's then all scaled down. So if you win, you get that odds plus 150 point bonus. Second place, you get 95%. Third place, 90, and so on as it goes down. You need to be in the top 50 to be scoring points. If you miss the cut, you don't make the weekend, you are going to be losing points.
Oh yes, definitely. And it might sound complicated if you haven't heard it before. It is just a case of picking between 1 and 4 players, splitting 100 points between those 1 to 4 players, however you like, and just going for it, having some fun.
Yeah.
If you are joining this, we are 7 weeks into a 10-week season, so you've got 3 weeks of practice before we then reset and go again for another 10-week season, finishing at the Tour Championships and the end of the FedEx Cup and the end of the season.
And there are prizes to be won. You know, we've got little
giveaways here and there,
sleeper balls and bits and pieces. So it's definitely worth getting
just
involved,
joining in for some fun,
having some fun. Yeah, and obviously, if you're watching this back and you're not watching this live, if you put your picks in the comments below, I'll pick them up not a problem, and we'll get them in.
Get them in for this
ready
week.
For next week.
Good. So what we do now is we're going to put the betting on the screen. You're going to be about 20 seconds per page of betting. There are 4 pages of betting. So for you to have a little look through, make your picks. I know some people in the chat will have their picks ready to go, so you can post them in the chat now. We've probably got some picks in already from other people, so we'll start going through those. And while we do all that, Adam's going to give us his picks first of all.
Oh, I've got Sav.
Okay, go for Sav. Buy yourself some time. I love it.
Yeah, I've got Sav. So Sav has gone Cameron Young, 50.
Ooh.
Patrick Cantlay, 10. Victor Hovland, 10. Pat Perez, 20.
Fat Perez.
He's an interesting looking fellow as well, isn't he?
Pat Perez.
He loves a pair of Jordans.
Well, so does Varner, doesn't he? Yeah. Varner's Jordan head to toe. Oh, he buys loads, does he?
He buys like the actual Jordan trainers. He's got hundreds of pairs, I think.
Does he?
Right. Well, I've got my picks.
Go for it.
Sorry, Sav. Cameron Young.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. 20. David Riley.
You love a bit of Davis Riley. You're enjoying him,
under the radar flight. He's dropped 10 points worth of betting this week. Just by, top 4 last week. So he was 60 to 1 last week. He's 50 to 1 this week. I've got 30 points on him. And then Lucas Herbert.
Herbert. What's his odds?
He's about 100 and something odds. 150 or something. He's quite 125, 150-ish area. I've got 50 points on him. Hoping
he makes the cut.
Hoping he makes the cut and I get a decent chunk.
Nice.
Because I'm feeling like I need to get chunks because I don't think I'm going to catch Adam.
You just want to get ahead of me, don't you?
I want to get ahead of you. So
okay, so there's some in the chat now.
Go for it.
So Glenn Taylor's in. He's got Rahm 35, Smith 35, Homer 30.
Nice.
Richard Hodge has got Smith 20, Fitzpatrick 20, Cantlay 30, Shane Lowry 30.
Nice. Right, well, let's go for mine then while other people are typing away. I've gone Spieth, Cantlay and Morikawa at 10 points each to try and get my win bonus. And then I've gone the Cooch of Coochiness at 70.
Love a bit of Cooch,
for a bit of, just steady top 10-ish finish would be lovely, please. And if they all come in,
nice.
I'll get 1,000,000 points.
Okay, Dad's in the chat. He's got McIlroy 30, Cantlay 30, Cam Smith 30, and
he's man.
Villegas.
10.
How can we just? Is there a way? I know there's lots going on, Ryan, but is there a way to find out how many points Villegas has scored for Gramps this season? Because I'd love to know what that breakdown actually is.
About 450 on the official.
Yeah, is it in positive figures? I don't feel like I ever see him contending.
Doubtful.
Where is Gramps in the overall?
Mr. O'Connor is in. Here we go. Rafa Cabrera-Bello 25. Grillo 25.
No, you're not allowed to pick Grillo. He's dead to us.
Shane Lowry 26. Xander Schauffele 24. Dad said he scored no points.
I was going to say, Gramps has only got 36 points total in 6 weeks of playing.
He's only picked him twice this season.
Oh, really?
It's his second pick.
No way. Don't believe that.
He's picked Vegas a couple of times. There's two, isn't there? There's Villegas.
Who he always picks. He never picks Johnny Vegas, does he?
He does.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know.
Anyway.
Either I'm putting in the wrong people.
Maybe.
Either
one of them hasn't scored many points. Actually, Johnny Vegas is probably more likely to score some points than Villegas.
Ben Caddy's in as well.
No.
Morikawa, Schauffele and Zalatoris, 30. What does the no mean, Gramps? Does that mean you haven't picked Vegas?
No. I was just checking Vegas as well. Daddy Trett hasn't picked him. I haven't put it in wrong.
That's good.
I'm good with the typing.
Yeah.
No, so just two picks this week. I could check last season, as in the last mini season.
That would have been a lot.
Yeah.
That would have been a few
I'm gonna go with mine. So I'm gonna go Cantlay 25.
Mm-hmm.
Xander 25. Chris Kirk 25 and Scott Stallings 25.
Ooh. Nice.
Was doing okay last week before it got windy.
I'm interested by. Sorry, I know you probably would have said it, but Adsy's put 26 points. He's just put an extra point on Lowry. 25 for Bayo and Agrio, and then 26 on Lowry, just to be
just to show his love and support
just
for Lowry. I still love you, even though you've let me down a few times this year. You're still my favourite.
Little nudge, just in case.
Imagine if that's the difference between
winning and losing this week. You never know.
It'd be awesome. Lovely.
Can't spell show.
There's no.
We got Marcus Lee. You sent through.
Yeah, I sent some pics.
Yeah. And right, there we are. 40, 30, 30. So yeah.
Adzi, what I want to know is who made the picks this week, because Adzi gave his wife 2 picks last week. They both did really well, and his 2 picks not
so well.
Oh dear.
So there was a talk on the phone yesterday that Nina was going to pick all 4.
Picking them all.
Quite right too.
And Adzi's hit another milestone. He needs to write it in the chat.
Does he? Excellent.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
good.
Fab
Don't
work.
tell me he's broken 90. You get all, like a week after break.
Racing down the numbers.
Amazing.
That'd be brilliant if he had. But yeah.
Fish is questioning the scoreboard in the chat.
Oh no! What now? Come on, let's have a listen. Tell me. What's wrong?
No, he just said he can't be right. I don't know what.
He's got 3 missed cuts and he put 1 point on Hovland. Like, sorry.
There you go then.
But that doesn't add up though. No, it does. Hang on.
I love it when you're confused by your own spreadsheet.
Check. I'm just checking my work.
Show your workings. Yes, you're right.
No, that's the final answer, and that's what you're
No, it's right. It's right.
Yeah, Hovland only had 1 point, didn't he?
Right,
Triangle answer and Hoagie all missed the cut.
Yeah.
So that's what if you're not in the chat and you're just trying to watch it via screenshots that have been sent to you on WhatsApp, then more for you.
Sorry. But yeah, you've got to get involved, boys. Instead of just texting Simon and Simon texting me, and then I've got to put it all in.
If Ben Mason's watching, he was in the car with me at 7 o'clock on Monday morning. Oh, right. 7:05. I was a bit late picking him up. On the way to Tretty's yesterday, and my car was going mental with the boys' chat. Because Sam Burns had won, and Beaton had got the win, and Harold Varner had fallen apart in there, so the car was reading out lots of messages, and he was like, and yes, it just proves that they still don't understand the point scoring system.
So Adzi, Nina picked nobody this week.
Last week she chose both the playoff contenders, and you didn't go with her.
Well, I feel like she should.
Scoreboard.
Eddie Beaton. Well, like
they've had the scoreboard. It's all correct.
Tuned in earlier.
That's it. Good. So anyway, let's move on to question and topic of the week.
Yes.
And Ryan's favourite little jingle. So be prepared for me thinking it's not going to play, and then it does.
Topic of the week. It just goes round.
How it scrolls so quickly, and yet the first time it doesn't play quick enough. So there we go. Topic of the week, Ryan.
Here we go. Right. So Justin Thomas winning the PGA Championship last week. Misses the cut this week. Well, yeah, maybe. So the topic is obviously how hard it is to maintain maintain the drinking and playing. No, how hard it is to just maintain that level of commitment, and making cuts and making top tens and making wins. And with Scotty Scheffler having 4 wins this week, obviously missing out on
4 wins this season.
4 wins this season, missing out on another win this week. Sam Burns 3 wins, but both of them are also missing cuts.
Yes, and I have a theory on that. Tretty, any thoughts?
So they have to play such an aggressive game on tour that they know when it's going to be a week where it's going to be target driven, they've got to go low, and that either leads to be going one way or the other. You can try and be aggressive, get the wrong kick, like try and go for a flag, short side yourself, make bogeys, doubles, or whatever. you just have to keep going. Yeah, he probably has taken his foot off the pedal a little bit, like leading into this week, but you can sort of forgive him that. He's just won a major.
Mm-hmm.
But like everybody's so good as well. Like you can play half decent and miss the cut. Like he can shoot 200 and miss the cut.
Yeah.
Like,
You've got
and that's not
60s,
bad golf. It's just everybody else is that little bit better. And you see what like certain sides of the draw have done this week as well. Like if you're out late on that final day, like that's really stitched you.
Yeah.
Like, but
and there's nothing you can do about that.
No, absolutely nothing.
And then on another week, you'll get it the other way around, and like there'll always be like some big casualties of a cut. Most weeks anyway. And it'll be interesting that like they're very good on the PGA Tour at putting stuff in places where the weather's very good, and then when people are not quite as prepared for that, it's interesting that you don't quite see the results that maybe their game coming in. So they've played in like near perfect conditions for 3 weeks, and then you get that week and they haven't hit the ball in wind for 3 weeks, and that does take some getting used to, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially when the margins are so small. When the margins are so small.
And he said that like there was that post, wasn't it, when he was sitting on the sofa with that with the Wanamaker trophy. It's like nice to end a 5-week trip or something and go home with this trophy. Like 5 weeks back to back, a lot of golf.
Yes.
That's not a lot of recovery time. No. That's not a lot of being at home.
It's not just the Thursday to Sunday, is it? You know, because you've got practice rounds, you've got
media and stuff.
So much media.
So much media.
You know, it's not just hitting.
They want every
4 rounds of golf.
Every week's a different sponsor, isn't it? When you think about it, so they want their pound of flesh from every pro every week. So if you're Justin Thomas, you're going to have to do so much media work,
especially if you're winning as well.
To keep the sponsors happy.
You're in the limelight, and I know we obviously always hark back to Tiger in his heyday, and it just does show how well his cut percentage and everything is incredible. And maybe obviously the game has changed.
Yes, I think overall standard is higher now because they all play that aggressive game, and I think that more often than not that aggressive game comes off for more of them. Yeah. So then it's harder to make the cut. I think if you shot level par back in the late 90s over 2 rounds, you probably make most cuts. Whereas I think now most cuts are 1 or 2 under or more.
Probably more, yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
And it's just so difficult.
The problem is when someone goes out, because they have to go out really aggressive, someone goes out and shoots a 65. And then all of a sudden that cuts much higher up. If you want to, someone shoots a 65 on the first day and you shoot just a 72, you're 8 shots back for 3 rounds now, and you've really got to go. And then I think that's where the pressure definitely comes in to go. Right, I've got to get on it. And
then you shoot 73 because you've tried too hard.
And then you've missed the cut. Glenn's in the chat. Is it all tactical?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. Did he want the weekend off? Did he have a sponsor's commitment that he had to fulfil? And he's obviously not Justin Thomas specifically. He's not playing this week. Probably, I don't know. Probably not playing Canadian Open next week. And then is that two weeks and a bit extra off? I don't think he's deliberately missing cuts because he will have hotels and have everything booked for the weekend. But yeah, I think, like Adam said, you just take your foot off the gas a little bit because you're a little bit jaded, a little bit like, I've got another major, and then you just miss the cut.
Yeah, so playing decent but miss the week, and then turn out when it matters, or a case of good days. But I think it is also a case of good days, bad days. Golf is hard.
If you can turn it on and off, then you're a different human to most.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many that can turn it on and off.
I think it is a mentality thing, and if you're not in it, like I remember JT finished 5th in a tournament, and then his granddad had died during the week. Sometimes you're not tuned.
Oh yeah, and we don't know necessarily. I mean, obviously we've got a lot more access to these players now than we used to, but we don't necessarily know what's going on behind the scenes, and multiple factors are going to contribute to why you play well.
Yeah.
Adzi, you're probably right there. Would you agree with what Adzi's saying, Tretty?
Yeah, to a degree, but you can only beat who you can beat.
Of course you can. Yeah, but
the pool was smaller, like when Tiger played and was in his pomp, but that's why I can never say that you can never compare Tiger to Jack, because again it was smaller again. They were known as like the big three for a reason.
Yes.
And then you got Watson in there, and like I know you had Trevino and beaters like that, but you're talking about like a handful of guys, and then a load of guys that
one or two might come up,
every week you might have someone.
But now,
a good week.
but now we look at the first page of a betting sheet, and literally anybody on that first page
has a chance.
Has more than has a like. Yeah, they could win. Yeah, they could win. Yeah, they. And it's not till you go to the second or third page that you think, okay, well these guys probably haven't got a chance of winning.
Yeah. And you can just see it like the way that the older guys on tour describe it as like you used to come out on tour and have your 1-2 years, bed in, get to know the courses.
Yeah.
Tiger was ridiculed when he came out of saying like I want to go out and win, and they were like, oh, you'll learn like this, and it's like they come out of college now and they're like, right.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm used to shooting 7-8 under. Let's do it.
Like, I've beaten Victor Hovland last year. Let's go.
And we talk about McIlroy being a 3-round man and can never really put 4 rounds together and stuff. And I think there is a bit of that. It's not just a week by week basis. It's a day by day spanking out 4 good rounds.
Yeah, 72 holes. You got to be on it. As we saw, like Haravana. 64 holes into that tournament, and he is in with a chance of winning it. And he very, very nearly didn't score me any points.
Yeah.
If he'd have dropped one more shot, he doesn't score me any points.
A very, very different scenario completely. But me and you yesterday, Si, we're level par through
16, 14 or 15, Yeah, 15 holes.
Par 3, I'm like, got to try and stuff it here. No, I have to birdie the par 5. Like, you start then taking flags on. Took the flag on the par 3 and, like, just missed it right. Rarely going to chip it in.
Yeah.
Like, smashed it down the par 5, got a bad lie, can't really get anywhere. Then, like, you just start...
All of a sudden.
To get away. And then you start, like, thinking, I've got to go at that flag back right.
Yeah.
And, like, just missed the green, and like that goes like 4 foot the other side. We've got a chance to hole it.
Yeah.
But you can see where you go aggressive, it can really slide one way.
Well,
we finished with 4 bogeys.
Yeah.
And I didn't really feel like we hit like that many bad shots.
No, we stood on this. We stood on this.
Go the other way and like a hole 2 of those, and like we make 2 birdies and 2 pars.
Yeah.
And we've had a pretty decent day. And
well, we stand on 16. We stood on the 16th tee, didn't we? And we were level, and the people we were playing with, 15th tee, we were level, and people were playing with 1 under, weren't they? And they finished 4 under, and we finished 2 over or 4 over, and it was just like how it just such small margins that it just changes. And if you get lucky, you get lucky, and if you don't, you don't. What are you looking at there?
So I've just brought up, obviously, so this all came from looking at Scotty Scheffler and how well he's playing this year, and obviously JT and missing the cut. So Scheffler, since 2022, the PGA Tour stats, he averages 69.
He's amazing.
4 wins, 8 top 10s, and 12 top 25s.
Like how many events?
Sorry, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't tell you that.
Doesn't tell me the events, I'm afraid. But just 8 top 10s. Well, in 2022, we've had 20. This is 23rd week of 2022. So he hasn't played every week. So let's. But he's had 12. He's had 12 top 25. So he's played. And he's.
Oh, so they're not. They're all added together, aren't they? Those 4 wins.
Yeah, 4 wins included in the 12 top 25s. Yeah. So he's had 12 top 25s this season.
So more than half the time he finishes in the top 25. Yeah, which is good going.
Which is incredible to be able to do that every week. And I've definitely made picks going, oh well, I didn't. He won last week, and it was a biggie, and it took a lot out of him because of this, that, and the other. So I'm not picking it this week, and inevitably you do see them miss the cut more often than not. Is it just so mentally draining to win at that level?
Yeah, to go down the stretch and win, and then all the celebrations afterwards, and also just the catharsis of, I've got to win. I try so hard to win an event, and I've done it. Glenn Taylor's got a question. Will Tony Fenow ever win a major?
No.
Oh.
No. Sorry. He just hasn't got the spark. He hasn't got that next level that I don't think Rory will ever win a major again.
Really?
Don't think so.
Phew.
Because
You listen, like you talk about like Rory
it's
and
not that I
that,
don't
but
want
like
it.
eight events this year, like 1 win, 1 second, 5 top 10s, 6 top 25s. Only missed 1 cut, and then on his stats for the season, off the tee, 3rd.
Yeah.
Everybody says he can't putt, 34th.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah, considering how many
strokes
greens
gained.
it is, yeah.
Total strokes gained for the PGA Tour,
Yeah.
2nd. 1.964 strokes gained. Total.
So how does he not
Team
win more?
green,
How does he not
third.
win more?
Because
Or does he win as much as he should do, and we just expect him to win more?
Maybe, but
Or does he play in every big event and doesn't win anything small?
Yeah, true.
maybe. I just don't.
That's where his tournament schedule goes now.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to go to all the other events. He needs to turn up at Riviera.
Mm.
He needs to turn up at Jack's Place. He needs to turn up at the Players.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to go to Mayakoba and win the Mexican Open.
But he turns up to 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 rounds. Who's helping you?
And Siri's trying to help.
Siri. Yeah. So.
It's interesting,
what
isn't
do
it?
you think? Do you think Fenow? What do you think, Glenn? Do you think Fenow will win a major?
The question is, will he? I think he's good enough to win a major, and I think that there is plenty of time for him to win a major.
I just think there's enough out there on their day to beat that can be.
Yeah, there is, but again,
you've got to have a lot of people not have their day for him to win one. I think because even on his day, I don't think he'd beat McIlroy on his day. You know, if they were both having, really good rounds.
I get it.
All of those people. He's still
I just think golf
he hits it a long way.
I think just golf is so random that you can't say that anybody won't win a major. I'm obviously not going to say like John Daly's going to win a major again,
No.
but like of those top echelon players, I don't think you want many off appear on the first page of that betting, and he does appear there. He does appear there, correct? And yeah, I think that he's like a lot of these players. He needs to get 1 or 2, and then he might fly. You just don't know. It's a very
There's some
good player.
crazy stats when you start going through it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like McIlroy, 212 events,
Yeah.
20 wins,
Yeah.
8 seconds,
10%.
7 thirds, 100 top 10s,
Yeah.
140 top 25s, and he's made 185 cuts out of 212 starts.
That's mental.
$63,331,000.
He's won 10% of his tournaments he's played in. From what you just said there.
Crazy.
So, like,
That's nuts.
yeah. But again, that's where our and his expectation wants more. And is that wrong that we want more? Like, if you win 10% of your tournaments as a golfer, that's just ridiculous.
That's like, he's Hall of Fame done.
Oh yeah. Mental.
What was Scheffler's exact, Ryan? Was he
69.0 it said.
Okay,
Yeah.
so McIlroy's 69.1.
So he's,
And is that the difference?
but I think at their level, that is the
that-
difference.
Yeah, it is the
0.1 of a shot
Mhm.
is all the difference, and like I
That's the difference between getting you over the line and having 100 top 10s.
yeah.
Because you're only remembered on your,
On your wins.
On your wins. No one like McIlroy came second at Masters, didn't he? And everyone was excited about it on Sunday afternoon at the Masters. But to be honest, most people have probably forgotten about that by this time next year.
Yeah.
And rightly or wrongly, you just only ever remember who wins. Certainly in golf. Good. I think that's
Just quickly, we
Go
want
on.
to go because we asked Adzi what his milestone was.
Yes, yeah. of
So
course.
he stuck it in the chat. Played at a local club yesterday. Only 9 holes. Went round in 46 and didn't lose one ball off the tee.
So good.
Nice.
Very. It's like
I love it when you
he's
got
buzzing like a happy golfer
Yeah.
that should be stuffed and hung on the wall because they don't happen very
Yeah.
often. I don't stay around for long.
No. But I
He
always
rang
love
me
that.
once. He'd been to the chip shop and sat in the car with his dinner.
I always love that when
it.
you go out with you come back in with the same ball you went out with. That's always,
That's always a nice
that's
thing.
a lovely feeling definitely for people at our level and the amateurs and stuff going round and going ha ha ha.
Yes.
Or when you've got one that's done a lap.
done a whole lap.
And you're like, it's the same one.
This is when you wear a golf ball out and you go,
You're done.
put you in the practice bag. Don't know whether you said this earlier, but we'd be interested to see how Scheffler has gone the week after his wins. Does he go flat or keep going?
Oh, I'd have to look. I'd look that up for next week.
That could be one to look up for next week.
That would be interesting to see if, again, it's a peak trough type.
That was interesting. I listened to No Laying Up podcast with Jay Haas, and he said that like in the modern era, it was interesting how sometimes the player will win and then have a week off, and he said that like in his era that would have never happened because the money wasn't good enough.
You've got to keep riding that wave.
Kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going. Whereas they had the option that's like 2.7 million. Yeah,
I'll have a week off.
Good. I'll have a week off
and go rest. Right, so just before we go, Tretty, what's going on the next week?
So the boys have just got to send me some bits and pieces, and Stoke Van Halen video will be finished and uploaded.
Nice.
We've obviously got some footage from ours, and I want to sit down and go through that and sit and get Ryan's reaction on certain parts and the way maybe one of us or both of us were feeling, or trying to think about how things were going on course.
Yeah, just I think it feel like a conversation around the footage would be good. Yeah.
Yeah. What have we got now? I'm trying to go for a practice round this week. At some point, it's getting quite hard to do. I have the English PGA PQ next Monday.
Yes.
At Old Fold Manor. So, trying to get there for a bit of a look around. If not, it's going to be a deep dive on the internet. And see if anybody's got a vlog from anywhere on YouTube. There's got to be one out there.
Got to be something. Yeah, get on Google Earth and start looking at some fairway widths and stuff.
Yeah.
Any golf?
No, back to work on Thursday. However, I am going to work for Live Golf. The Live Golf launch is this weekend, and I am going to be there working. What I can film and what I can do, I don't know until I get my bit of paper to sign to say I do or
can't
do
do
not.
this,
can and can't do that, but I'll do what I can and see if I can get something together for the channel. It'll be experience. I don't know who's going to be there. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I just know it's
the launch event for the old Saudi Arabian Golf Centurion thingy,
tournament
which is
thing of. It's not. It's in a film studio. It's not at a golf club or anything. It's just at a studio. So who knows? But
empty room. They can do what they want with it, can't they?
Yeah, I'll be away on the job next week. So if I'm about, I'll definitely be on. I'll let you know what's going on.
Yeah,
also, quickly to answer the question of how we're doing, because I just quick looked. Scheffler. So won the Phoenix Open, following week 7th. Won the Arnold Palmer Invitational, following week at the Players 55th.
Yeah.
And then he won the World Match Play, and then the Masters was the next tournament he played. But there was a gap. He had a week off.
Yes.
So a week off between those two wins. So.
And he could have got screwed at the Players because that was a definite double-ended draw.
Yeah.
Some people got absolutely shafted this year, didn't they?
With the weather.
2 missed cuts since October last year.
Solid
player.
Solid, and playing aggressive and doing all the things that we say. It's not like he's a defensive player. He's playing aggressive and winning, and just the man on fire at the moment. Good, lovely.
What are you up to this week? I never ask you, but you know.
Well, it's half term this week, so I'm on child duties this week. I won't be playing this week at all. I'm working all week. I might try and have a little practice on Saturday morning. I've got a few hours off on Saturday morning, so I might have a little practice then. But yeah, lots of balls need to be hit over the next few weeks because my golf is shocking. But yes. On that note, on that bombshell, it can only get better. So, guys, as always, thank you very much for doing what you do, for watching.
Hang on. Glenn's asking about the basketball. Si, what is the total at the moment?
What total money raised?
Yeah,
yes.
It's pushing 4,000 at the moment, which is pretty good going. So yeah, it was bloody hard work playing basketball for 12 hours, but it was quite self-indulgent because we all love playing basketball, so it was fun. I got some weird cramps the next day. Like, I'd be trying to pick up a fork.
The one in your hand sounded random.
Yeah, but trying to pick up a fork, and this bit in here just went hard and like out about this far.
To sort of push
and
it.
It's like my hand was like a claw, and I was like, oh my god, what's going to happen? Is this going to be like this forever? And I was like, oh, there we go. And then try to pick the fork up again and happen again. And I always get the classic hip flexors issue where, like, I can't, if I sit down too long, I then can't stand back up straight and they spasm. But
did you make a lot of noise getting up and down?
I'm getting to that age where I do anyway, so it's all fine. But yes, I 311 baskets I scored, 624 points over the 12 hours. And I worked out today, I was on court for over 10 hours and 45 minutes of those 12 hours,
Fabulous.
which I was proud of. I wanted to try and get as close as I could to 11 hours. There was a couple of times when I was forced off because of the games we were playing, and I took one shower and just a general freshen up, and had 5 minutes off or 10 minutes off at one point to just have a little massage gun to the body. But yeah, generally tried to play as much as possible. So yeah, it was good. It was hard work.
And a big shout out to the barbers that you go to as well. I thought that was an amazing touch from him.
Yeah, so AD's Barber's in town.
Yeah.
He still, again, the last 2 days, since I saw you, Trett, he's had a charity bucket which has had over 100 quid in the last 2 days afterwards. But he donated every single haircut that he'd cut on Saturday before we played basketball to that. So he turned up with this bucket of over £700 and just went, there you go, guys, bosh. And it's like, amazing just to be able to do that, and just to think of doing that is such a great idea. And yeah, fair play to AD. Well done. Yeah. He's a big fan. He's always on the TikTok. He likes and comments and engages on the TikTok. So yeah, if you're on TikTok and you see AD Barber on there, on any of mine, give him some love. Yeah, because he is a local hero, Glenn. You're not wrong there. He gave one of his kidneys to his sister a couple of years ago, and
man's a giver.
He is a giver. He's a legend. And on that better bombshell, we will go.
Yes.
Because we've waffled on long enough tonight, and it's time to go. So yeah, thanks as always to everyone for watching. Have a great week. Good luck with all your picks, and we'll see you on a preview show next week.
Bye guys.
Jazz hands.
See you later.